Hello, everybody. Sorry we're starting a little late. We finally got our first clear in Suzaku today on Hareband and Eorizea and Action.
Like
and
our first 4 clears.
Talon, and then we did another 4 clears with Tsukige, and it actually went pretty smoothly despite all the DDR-ness of it all. When I mean Dance Dance Revolution, I mean Dance Dance Revolution. Holy moly. That and Simon Says.
Yes. With a pinch of Simon's Revenge if you let the enrage happen.
Oh man, that soft enrage. Oh lordy. We've seen it once and it was kind of scary. It made us go off like Jiffy Pop containers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't get a chance to discuss ahead of time, but I am thinking let's go ahead and do the Easter. 1, get it over with. 2, after the last couple of days, I could use a slightly less intense experience.
Okay, let us go do the hatching.
You know, after having had office buildings thrown at me.
Yes! Not just any office buildings, but Square Enix's corporate headquarters office building.
Yes.
Yes, the new raid.
Could be worse. They could have thrown the CNET building at me. That would have been bad.
At one point during the last boss fight, the ground goes transparent and this office building appears underneath the ground, and you have to figure out which direction it's facing so you can dodge it as it gets hurled up through the ground at you. Oh, it looks like Benchwarmer has changed his costume. How very hatching tide of him. And if you look carefully, it actually has the Square Enix logo they have on their building on it, which is SQE, which is their it's the Japanese version of NASDAQ.
Their stock ticker.
Yeah, their stock ticker set up, and that's what they actually have on their actual office building, and it's hilarious. But it goes by so fast, it's like, wait, screen cap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Not knowing that they were doing the...
How festive of you, courteous collector.
Good morning, friend. Might you be interested in learning about the Hatching Tide festivities?
No, but you're going to tell me anyway.
A fledgling festival, Hatching Tide was born of a prophetic dream visited upon a Gridanian maiden named Angeli Aliopo. In her dream, the 12 Archons of old appeared, those heroes who saved the realm from the destruction of the 6 Umbral Calamity. Descending from the heavens atop beautifully decorated eggs, they said to Jili, "Arise, young dreamer, and make ready the vessels for our return." And so she did, painstakingly painting and gilding eggs to match those from her vision. Word of the prophecy spread, and Jili attracted helpers to assist in her toils. After the calamity, the festival grew further as townsfolk and adventurers flocked to celebrate the Archons of yore, who many believe had some hand in delivering the realm once again. I just had a thought.
Hmm?
Yes.
What is that thought? Don't hurt yourself.
Get a tiny amount of experience.
Oh, okay. I didn't want you to, like, hurt a brain cell or something. Egg advocate.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Or, oh, no?
Yeah, egg advocate.
Hey, happy Hatching Tide to you, my friend. I'm afraid we're still in the midst of preparing for the festivities. Pray come back a bit later, yes? Yes.
Also, I think that was mine. With the way they're holding their hands together, I think that's a female animation.
No.
Sorry. And
faster on
she's
the
still
uptake.
in the bunny suit.
Yes. Foul demands. Chili Aliapo greets you with anxious enthusiasm.
Come on, for the season of hatching tide is here once more. Oh, Rena, Latonia, how delightful to see you again. I must say, the prosthetic dreams I had this year was even more fantastical than usual. I was assailed with images of rabbits and chickens who worked together, paw and claw, to construct a wondrous backdrop for our festival. Always, before we made efforts to recreate my visions, the fate rewarded us with some special occurrences. And already it has begun. No sooner had I donned my bunny costume than a chicken-suited poultry farmer arrived in town with a flock of feathery charges and offered to lend his assistance, just as I foresaw. There is, however, one tiny bump in the road. You don't happen to have a few moments to spare, do you?
Maybe.
I'm always up for an explanation.
How many moments exactly?
I'm going for the first one.
It'll probably be exactly the same.
It usually is. Oh, it's just a simple errand, really. I promise not to take up too much of your time.
Yeah.
And just for my good friend Nonota went to collect the eggs from the poultry farmer and, well, she should have returned by now. I'm certain it's nothing serious, but I would be ever so grateful if you could pay a visit to the Great Rome Gallery and see what's keeping her. So off to the Great Room. Actually, I should be following you. No, wait, I don't have my Fist of Wind on, so... Okay, we're good. Huh?
It is level 43 quest back there. Adventurer for hire.
I don't see one.
Huh.
Just, I want to be a
We went
botanist.
right by them.
It may be on one of your
Maybe.
class quests.
So level 43 is a class quest?
Hmm?
And it's not an unlock. I tell
Excuse
you,
me.
a giant chicken!
This is truly exasperating. Rena, it's me, Nonota. How may I be of service? Yeah, what's going on here? Jilly was worried, you say? Right, I should probably explain. Before we delve into that, I should introduce you to Master Paulwyn. That would be you. Sorry.
Which one?
Paulwyn.
Or both? Yeah. Greetings. Yes, I'm responsible for the Little Darlings. We heard word of this delightfully eccentric festival taking place in Gridania and simply had to be a part of it.
By little darlings, he means the chickens. And they seem to be a touch out of sorts at the moment. The idea was to have them... the idea was to have them on hand to lay fresh eggs for us, and I've been trying to help soothe the whole barn full of ruffled feathers. But even wearing the chicken costume didn't stop me from being battered by charging chickens or splattered by fresh droppings. Honestly, I'm not sure what was injured more, my body or my pride.
The poor dears are simply not used to travel. Please don't think less of them if they act a bit rambunctious.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Okay, it's a regular chicken. It's not Echidnu.
My
Oh god!
precious sweetling, no!
Rena, Ladonia, if you planned on being heroic today, now is the time. What? I know they're like tiny velociraptors.
Poorly.
Fuck!
As you stare into the eyes of the feathered fiend, you feel a brief connection being made. Hand over the fancy feed and I'll give you the eggs you need. Thus spake those black soulless eyes. At least you think that's what they said. Really? I'm communicating with chickens through the echo now?
If that's true, then they're not soulless. No, Ta? How did you do that? I thought it was preparing to go on a rampage. It's a chicken.
Yeah, well.
They are tiny velociraptors, so yeah.
You think the little darlings want their fancy feed? Well, I do have a special mix I developed with the help of a professional Bismarck culinarian. Really? Really?
Really?
My brain hurts.
That doesn't take much.
Star chicken feed, okay. For extra special occasions, and I suppose this qualifies. It's dreadfully expensive, even in small amounts, I bet it is. But how could I withhold a treat from my beloved beauties? I think I have enough fancy feed for everyone. Come, Nonota, the ladies await their feast.
Right, Hatching Tide must go on.
Nah, my little darlings, you needed me so. Ow! Such a feisty welcome. We could just. Ow! 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 Not the fingers!
Please, we're just trying to. Oh no! The feed's gone everywhere!
Better them than us.
See?
It's gonna be us next.
Yeah, it will be us. You know it.
That seemed to cheer them up immensely. I suspect we'll have some eggs to collect in rather short order.
Cheer them up? They worked themselves into an absolute frenzy.
Don't look at me. Perhaps our adventurous friend here would like to try her hand at egg collecting. I'll even give you one of my spare work suits to wear. No, that.
What a wonderful opportunity for you. Sort out your gear, say your prayers, and we can have you filling a basket with eggs in no time. Just say the word. Oh gods, they're gonna make us wear the chicken suits.
Yes.
Pardon me, I need to put on a chicken suit.
Well,
Not gonna
ears
put
are
it.
feeling a little.
Ah, there you are.
The ears are feeling a little cramped, but the headpiece works.
Yeah, that's actually a miracle for us, isn't it? Pardon me as I fix my hair.
Good luck with that.
A
A poultry sum. Nonota is in need of your egg collecting excellence.
Now, if you're ready to brave the poultry gauntlet, I'm sure you have a preferred adventuring wardrobe. But if you wouldn't mind, I think you should wear the costume while you work. To business then. The entrance to the chicken enclosure is locked up tight. Just give the nod to Master Powen and he'll let you in. We're counting on you. I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
You should be.
Dreamers run Dorman.
Ready? Then into the chicken run you go. The fate and existential threat can only be completed as Disciple of War or Magic. You can't do it as crafting. Oh dear.
Oh dear God. I think we just missed this one.
Yes. Ow. Oh, need a level sync. Nope. Nope.
Oh. Got one!
Yeah,
Turning it
one.
in.
Freshly laid egg, still warm from his brief time spent nestled beneath a broody chicken, this magnificent ovoid specimen is destined for use in the Hatching Tide celebrations.
Two!
Ha!
Let's see if two actually counts.
Yeah.
But the fact that they created a whole new area just for this. This is actually kind of hilarious.
Got me 3 special Urkon eggs.
Okay, off to speak with Donata.
That look, our feathered friends can be most demanding. You are ready to come out, I assume? Very.
Brenna, your egg collecting skills are unparalleled. I don't know how to thank you.
Truly, that was a masterful display. I am, however, somewhat concerned that my bellicose beauties may harm themselves in their excited state. If you would be so kind as to make the delivery, I should like to remain here and keep an eye on the chicken run.
Certainly. I imagine poor Jalib must be frantic. Let us convey our precious cargo back to the amphitheater straight away. And off we go. In our chicken suits.
Does nothing for my figure.
No. No, it does not.
Hold up a moment. Right here.
Yeah, I have nothing from her. Hello, beautiful. Why, this is impressive. All this must be the work of Fufucha and the Botanist Guild. I wonder if it's worth the bother to present myself there during my stay.
Adventurer for hire. Selene needs a seasoned adventurer to go with her perfume.
I don't know this quest.
What's your highest level class? That might be it. This is a 43.
Okay, I'm only 42, so...
Yeah, you might actually have to hit 43 to see it.
And now I have to re-equip my chicken suit.
Sorry.
There. Chicken suit engaged. Nonota? If I'm to be wearing this costume for the duration of the festivities, I think a quick wash is in order. Ew.
Yeah, well.
Welcome back, Rena, Ladonia. I hear the egg collecting was not quite so simple as an errand as we imagined.
Not really.
It was an experience, that's for sure.
I've seen the Seventh Hell, and it was full of chickens.
Which one do you want to
It
go
was
with?
an experience.
Okay.
It was an experience. Go with the pun.
It's fantastic. You are an example to us all. Nonota and I are most fortunate to have your assistance. With your hard-won bounty at hand, we can now proceed to the important task of baking cookies and painting eggs for the children. I'm loath to impose upon you so soon after that harrowing ordeal, but I wonder if I might ask you for another favor. Simply put, I need you to hand out tokens of gratitude to our tireless helpers, who will soon return from setting up all the hatching tide decorations. Such a duty should fall upon me, of course, but this sword suit requires an immediate and thorough scrubbing. Ah, gotcha, my friend. Wonderful. Come to the front of the amphitheater, and I'll have the gifts laid out for you in just a moment. Nonota? Here are the gifts I mentioned. I put together 3 different sets, but you can hand out whichever seems appropriate. Begin distributing the gifts. Thank you again. I'm sure your choice will be perfect. Meanwhile, I shall see to the cleansing of my filthy costume. Once you've finished with the presents, you can report directly to Jilly.
Greetings. We have come to report to the completion of our part in the decorations. 'Tis a joyful duty to assist with the hatching tide adornments, knowing that every inhabitant of Gridania might enjoy the festivities.
Actually, I think that one is mine. Yeah, that one's mine.
Oh?
Look at the staff.
Oh dear. Oh.
That's
oh
Connie
dear.
Senna and her bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
'Tis a joyful duty to assist with the hatching tide adornments, knowing that every inhabitant of Gridania might enjoy the festivities. I hope you, too, will take a moment to join us in this rare chance for revelry. In charge of rewarding festival helpers, you say? I've not done an aught to... I have not done aught so grand as to merit a reward, but in the spirit of the occasion I shall humbly accept your gift.
Opulent Archon eggs.
I'm wondering if it should be the painted egg filled with treats.
Possibly, but I'm
Because she's
thinking
not one to go in for poshness.
It would help if I knew what the other two were going to be like.
Yeah. Painted egg filled with treats.
I'm going opulent.
My, what lovely colors! And judging by the scent, these are baked treats hidden within? A perfect compliment for my morning tea. Such a lovely surprise. Now, if you'll please excuse us. Okay, let me switch over. I have to fiddle to do that.
Yeah.
Do. Well, isn't this exquisite? It shall grace my mantle as a memento of these happy celebrants. Okay, same thing as...
Yep. Now... Huh. Why am I not surprised to see you here? We had a guild meeting scheduled, but you know how adventurers are. We just had to get involved in the celebrations.
Which adventurers are these?
Considering we've got a Lalafell mixed in with the three.
I've got a feeling that's you. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. And seeing how the Dreamers always do such a nice job of decorating Ul'dah, I figured this was the perfect chance for me to return the favor.
Salt-encrusted chicken. Oh!
Yes.
I bet you it's Mother Mione.
Okay.
The three Adventure Guild heads.
Yeah. Which means...
The Lalafell would have been...
salt-encrusted chicken is mine and the other two are you.
Right. Sorry, we'll know for next time.
Yep. Passing out prisons to us laborers, are you? Far be it from me to refuse a gift given freely. Painted eggs filled with treats.
Rabbit and chicken stuffed toys.
Also possible.
Ooh, aren't these just darling, aren't they? Not exactly a match for the Quicksand's decor, so though I might keep them in my room. We'd best be off and leave you to your business then. Do come visit us at the canopy when duty permits.
And switch over.
Switching. Oh, and it just automatically dumped me into the next one. Oops. These are the type that are filled with baked treats. There's nothing better than enjoying a sweet treat after a hard day's work.
Don't go hoarding them all to yourself now. I've got time for a quick bite and a cup of Mother Mione's best tea before I make the trip back to Limsa.
Sounds like a grand idea. Count me in. We'd best be off and leave you to your business then. Do come and visit us at the canopy when duty permits.
Yep. Good call.
And I'll let you go to the next one.
Okay then. Oh, of course. That's
Hmm?
you.
I don't know if my sense of decorating is all that appealing, but I seem to have made a feathered friend. She must be from the flock belonging to Master Palwyn.
Now, Lalafell, who's been hanging around the chickens and has an axe.
Right. It's Susuha, the guildmaster?
Yeah, it's the guildmaster of the Botany Guild.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember her name.
I've like almost got it on the tip of my tongue. It's kind of driving me nuts, actually. Watching the struggles from afar, I had to come to the conclusion that the are troublesome creatures, yet this one seems docile enough. So far, she's been content to follow me around and puts up with finishing touches on my adornments. Is it my costume, I wonder? A gift from me? I feel somewhat guilty accepting a reward for an activity so I thoroughly enjoyed, but if you insist, you get the obligate egg.
Sure. Well, I'll go with the stuffed toys because that's the one that's left for me, but...
Mm-hmm. These Archon eggs are exquisite, aren't they? Speaking from the viewpoint of one who provides raw materials to artisans, I'm thrilled to see my humble contributions transformed into such works of art. Thank you, Mr. Chicken. And actually, I just streamed because I never flipped back. Oops, sorry guys. These toys are certainly soft and pleasant to hold, yet I cannot help but wonder what kind of plant fiber was used in their construction. Curious professional botanist, I'm afraid. Oh, mine continues.
I guess you got the right one.
Yeah, the chicken balked. You like it too, do you? Then I shall display it in place with pride, where it shall serve as a memento of our brief and unusual companionship. Now, I think it's time I return to this wayward hen of her own. Farewell.
And back to Geely.
Nonata,
Oh.
thank you for taking care of that little task. I was finally able to take a scrubbing brush to my outfit. Oh, and please do tell Julie to help the others, that our other helpers have been rewarded. That. Rena, Latonia, my thanks for your assistance. Our little tokens were well received, I hope. Glad to hear it. Once my own tasks are complete, I found myself venerably surrounded by sylphs and muggles. I suppose the hustle and bustle of the festivities must have piqued their curiosity. Muggles are particularly fond of wielding cookie after cookie out of me, and we shall have to call upon Master Baldwin for more eggs so I can bake another batch. But putting these
Lazy fluffy butts.
Yes. All Muggles are lazy fluffy butts. But putting these trifling troubles and setbacks aside, our rabbits and chickens have done a fabulous job with the hatching tide decorations. The event is a huge success. After all you've contributed, you deserve to head out there and enjoy it. What, you mean rounding up more chickens? Because that's what you're gonna have me do! Round up more chickens!
speak with Nonata if you wish to replay the gift-giving task from the quest A Poultry Sum. You can also repeat the fate and existential threat by speaking with Poland at the Great Loam Growery.
I wonder if that is like a lot of the other ones where it's random, a selection of characters you have met along the way, and the more of the story you have done, the more chance you will get some of the more interesting characters later on.
Possibly. And we'll find out hopefully some point this week.
Mm-hmm.
So... where are you? Okay, there you go. So... what's there to buy and how much is it? Chicken head for 5, chicken suit for 5, egg pouch for 5, hatching tide confections for 5, and magic prism hatching tide.
Yeah. That's something more for Thay and Fry.
Something like that.
I say we go to the inn and shove these in the armoire. Get them out of our inventory.
Shove them somewhere the server don't shine.
Prickly chicken. And reasonable rabbit. Oh
Indeed.
no. I know who these two are. It's the cat, or the Makote and the Elysian from the Archer quests.
Oh dear.
So the prickly chicken would be you.
Oh, do cheer up. You
that-
represent...
You click on the chicken, it gives you the rabbit. So it's.
Oh, they're doing a conversation. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, do cheer up. We're representative of the Guild's community spirit for the duration of the festival, so it's best you be giving everyone your happiest cluck.
Clock. Ugh. I should have thought twice before agreeing to this duty.
And there are probably different ones around depending on where we are in the game.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hmm?
Down here.
Oh dear God. Well-oiled rabbit. We know who that is.
And the youthful chicken I'm not so sure on. If our son were here, we could enjoy the celebrations as one big happy Manderville family. But we've seen neither hide nor hair of the boy for some time now.
That's one way of putting it. God damn it all. Where could our beloved child be? Yes, that is actually a good question.
My goodness, they actually gave that plate a spin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and record that. I'm heading this way just on the off chance.
Uh-huh. So, are you glad I spotted that one?
Yes.
Over here.
Unflappable chicken, rosy rabbit, roaming rabbit.
Roaming rabbit.
Okay. Oh no.
For the love of rum, how much longer do we have to wear these full costumes? Which is the rabbit.
For as long as it takes for us to conclude our business here, we'll be paid extra to blend in, so that's what we're doing. Chin up, Captain. We've been put in through worse.
And you know, this really is a rather fun change of pace.
Oh dear. Not quite sure who these three are.
Could it be Corvallian?
I don't think he has a Lalafell minion.
Okay. That's what I was thinking too.
At first I thought it would be, Rowena and Geralt.
No. Wow.
There's probably more around.
Oh, yes.
I mean, last year we had actually the 4 lords in the bunny costumes hanging around. That was hilarious, especially with all the auspice animals piled into one costume. I don't see one over by the Archers Guild.
Oh, okay, you did. Took off before I loaded instead of not having loaded yet.
Sorry, I wanted to check the Archers Guild.
Seeing anyone out here, there may not be much of anyone in New Gridania.
Well, it also might be that we might not be high enough level and in the MSQ far enough. So I'm going to put the chicken suit away.
You do this.
Please, let me put this chicken suit away.
It's a giant chicken suit, I tell you, a giant chicken suit. Wow.
One chicken suit, away!
Oh. Meow.
Filling with your moi.
And trying to meow. Remember how to get at the armory chest.
Oh, you can do it from your,
It didn't want to.
you have to use the drop down.
Yeah, I thought I did. And I'm not recognizing.
Be under head. Head and body.
Oh, okay. Right. I was thinking upper and lower.
There you go.
Okay. We ready to get back to business?
Yep. Well, maybe... Yeah, we should have the corrupted crystal. It's level 42.
Yeah, show the corrupted crystal to Sienna. We need to go back to where we started.
Which would be Ailford. The problem is it was showing red on the mini map, and I wasn't sure why. Oh, hi peeps! Where were you? There was a bunch of chickens. You could have talked to them.
Work.
Aww.
Or in other words, really? Yeah, that is showing red. Of course, I'm too low at the moment. I need to shift up one more.
Oh, that's right, up top. Yeah, we've got this corrupted crystal. Oh, it's you. Welcome back, Rena, Latonia. You're looking remarkably hale, I must say. And, more importantly, alive. You are alive, aren't you?
Yes. Try hitting me with a heal, see if it does damage. heavy warded pot.
Mm-hmm.
This warded pot contains a corrupted crystal.
Ah, the conquering hero returns bearing a gift. Might I have a closer look? Impressive. Very impressive indeed. Yes, I think you'll be quite pleased with this specimen. Congratulations, Rena, Ladonia. Seldom have I ever encountered a corrupted crystal composed of such volatile overabundance of fire-aspected aether. What? You wanted a corrupted crystal composed of ice-aspected aether to counteract the effects of a raging wind. Well, this specimen won't help you there. Anyone who knows anything about elements could tell you that. You'll just have to keep looking, I suppose. Gee.
Thanks.
Thanks. Uh-oh.
You've been a big help. Uh-oh.
43.
Oh. Do you have any? You don't have anything at 43 yet.
No.
Oh dear.
I have nothing at 43, and everything is at 42.
Great. I'll pick something, and I'll get Black Mage up a little bit while I'm at it.
Cold Silver, do I sense a dungeon run?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's been known to happen. It will be nice when we hit the level 50 stuff, because then we'll get ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
What do you need me as?
I'm
Tank or DPS?
thinking about going tank.
Heal or DPS?
So if you want to go as heal, we can 3-man something, or we can hit roulette if you want to go as DPS.
I go as DPS. So hit up the roulette.
Less than 5 minutes.
And contemplate food.
I have only one thing in my inventory. Raptor stew. I guess that'll work.
It'll get you 3%.
Oh, and I do have like a stack of 94 boiled eggs.
And I've got a lot of reasons. Speaking of such thing, we have a, never mind. Hey, live suing. Just in time to miss Easter.
Oh, total baby dungeon!
Of course.
Well, we knew the job was dangerous when we took it.
The good news is we will get the roulette bonus.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
Oh yay, I have a whole 3 attacks.
Oh wow, I don't even have number 2 yet. Nor fire 3. Yikes!
And it looks like we've got a baby healer, so that actually works out.
Someone needs to get a job.
That is fine. She's working on it. But it also means that I shouldn't do crazy things.
No. Ew.
I'm trying to get to the point where I get to remember how, Black Mage works, not go back to the baby steps.
Yeah, one of our FC mates for Thera and Rylea was apparently the healer. Complimented them of thank you for actually using your cooldowns, because they were playing tank and using cooldowns, and apparently yeah. And she was like, is that really a thing? And I'm like, unfortunately, a little. It's just practice and experience, really. There be a chest timing here, and it's gone. That's one down.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's everyone in a nice ball.
Yeah, well, that'd help if there's such a thing as the AoE.
I have an AoE.
Give you one up here. Actually, Fire 2 and Blizzard 2 do exist.
Yeah, at this rate, your active tool set is not great.
Yeah. See, I'm lost.
Oh. Back this way. I got turned around. I always get turned around that corner. I don't quite understand why. Yeah, that's right. Pay attention to me.
Now for the trick I can keep up all day.
I don't know what it is about the Yarzon, but I find them the creepiest models in game. Even after all the stuff they've added, Yarzon. my best roundup, but it works. Oh, he nailed me.
Indeed.
Yeah, that cooldown on the stupid shield bash. It's like, why does it have to be on global cooldown?
Oh, yeah. Very much a baby. This is the first time this person's been through here.
I am
Yeah.
totally not surprised. Or at least as far as we know. The way she's been acting, she might be an alt.
Yeah, that was my other thought.
But still. Run away!
Blue mage spell.
Yes! Come on.
Oh, right now.
Come on. And
Ding.
that's the magic ding. Thank you, Tay.
Yep.
And she's gonna get surprised with 3 comms if she stays around. She did stay around. I bet you she wants the staff.
Probably.
Good reason. With good reason.
Yeah, back to the background for me.
Thanks for coming along.
Oh dear.
Oh dear?
Let's see what that one is.
Oh dear? Find out
How
the
many does it take? Okay, R3 comms got her leaving a good impression 1, which is getting 10.
Yeah. Probably got the others
Okay.
from guild heists.
And let's see here. I'm up to warrior for the moment. The curious case of Gigati. Sienna knows where the corrupted crystal that you seek can be found. For reals?
Don't fret now. I know exactly where you can find the corrupted crystal composed of ice-aspected aether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings. What's that expression? I thought you would be pleased to hear this news. This is not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. And what's even better is this time you won't need to use the ward pot for your own protection of yourself from the crystal's energies. Hayden's findings suggest that it is quite safe. Why, you ask? Well, let's just say it has undergone a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, do that. Let me keep you. It has been a pleasure, Rena, Ladonia. Come back and see me sometime. Alright?
If we must.
Back to Gridania.
Mm,
We just came from Gridania!
yes.
Hello, Mio! And they want to be in Old Gridania. You're around here somewhere. Ah, there you are.
Just came in. Hiya.
We want to go to Old Gridania. You know, the place where all the chickens are.
Yep.
Well, you just missed us doing the Easter stuff, which is in-game considered the hatching tide. It is full of chicken suits. Lots and lots of chicken suits.
And excellent puns.
Exactly.
Exciting, even.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinarily exciting, yes.
Yes. Hello, Hedon. We're here for ice-aspected aether.
Greetings and salutations, Mrs. Freth, I presume. Tiana informed me of your adventures in Aleport. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding, though, as Professor Erlamerté is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasted. Yeah, but we've kind of got this world crisis we're trying to work on. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing the properties you seek could be found in abundance at the standing courses following the calamity. Alas, that is no longer the case, and where there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found within the Tollswood, precisely where it is at any given moment is more difficult to say. Permit me to explain. You're familiar with Spriggans, yes? Furry little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones? Well, one such creature with an infamously insatiable appetite has single-handedly devoured every corrupted crystal in the Tollswood. Fortunately for you, these crystals take an eternity to digest, assuming they can even be digested, and I'm reasonably confident that one still resides within its gut. Great. It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is that this Giggity first consumed a corrupted crystal when... you couldn't care less about all this, could you?
No.
To the point, then. Giggity seldom makes his presence felt unless there is a particularly fine fodder to be had. Therefore, we shall require a lure, and I have precisely the sort he will find impossible to resist. Simply place this true heart, I shall save the story of the origin of his unusual name for another occasion, outside of the Spriggan's lair and wait for the opportune moment to pounce. As for the method by which you retrieve the crystal from his gut, I shall leave that to your discretion.
Oh boy, we get to chop up a Spriggan!
Yes.
Yeah. And Mrs. Sidequest over here. Selene.
Now you can see her.
Yes.
Adventurer for hire. Selene needs a seasoned adventurer to go with her perfume.
A fellow Green Thumb asked me to pick up 2 things in Gridania's sweet rose perfume and a good adventurer. I've the perfume, though it took some doing. We botanists do tend to be miserly with our sweet roses. As for the adventurer, hello, lovely! Well, that completes the shopping list. Adventure, would you mind taking this perfume and yourself to Joriand in Little Solace? Oh. Oh dear.
Little Solace.
Yes. Do we want to do that first?
Sure, why not?
Actually, I want to check something. Nope, it just points to Little Solace. Actually, I think we head that way sooner or later. So we'll just hold on to it.
Okay. Well, where is Giggity? That's the next question.
Giggity is in Central Shroud. Out by the standing courses.
Standing courses.
You will know the area instantly when you see it.
Oh, I know I will. I mean, it's the Shroud. That was wrong.
Hmm?
You went through and follow immediately turned me 90 degrees off.
That's weird.
Yeah. Oh. Hello there. Beneath the planks.
And it's
Why
a
are we
29.
now getting a 29? Rostiban has a task for a capable adventurer. It is no ordinary adventurer who's granted passage through the White Wolf Gate. I thought we unlocked the White Wolf Gate.
We did. This isn't the unlock.
Okay. I'm Rostiban of the Wood Whalers, and I would see you live up to your reputation. My fellow whalers at Dunstan Spire are in grave need of an adventurer's aid. Should you have a mind to make yourself useful, travel there and seek out Thievenai.
By the way, I'm totally downshifting for that one.
Yes.
Yes,
Downshifting as hard as I can.
Careful you don't break the clutch. Zoom! Can she fly? No, she can't fly yet.
No. Though I don't know if you noticed, but we did get a mount speed upgrade.
Ooh.
The previous main story quest turn in, I think we got the one for Ailport's Zone. Rostiban sent you. Thank the 12. I'd just about given up hope that anyone would answer our call. Tell me, did you perhaps notice that gaping hole in the ground on your way here?
Yeah, you can't miss it.
It would be hard to miss it. One of the many remnants of Dalamude's fury. The scaffolding you see is a solution we worked up with our friends from the Carpenters Guild, but even the sturdiest wood is at the mercy of the elements. The rains have fallen hard of late. Yeah, I've noticed. And I fear there might still be some soggy planks left untended. Please see to them, as well as to any pests who have come to feast on the wood. Great, we're termite exterminators now.
Gotta save the world. Packages to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Damp scaffolding.
Yeah, that goes down a bit.
Yeah, that is a mighty hole.
And here I just thought Team Rocket was getting overambitious with their pit traps.
They are expert pit trap diggers. Okay, done.
Mm-hmm. You have my thanks, adventurers. Shroudhair, I ask you only this, friend. Should you have occasion to meet Merced, speak nothing of this to her. She is a researcher of sorts, unusual creatures being her specialty. Were she to catch wind of Shroudhair's lurking beneath, she would rip up every last plank till we had nowhere to stand upon. The woman treats us as if the Wood Whalers were her personal laboratory assistants. Yeah, she does that to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I will stand for this no more. I keep my distance from her and would suggest you do the same. Wise advice.
Too late. She already kind of dealt with us. Okay, back to Paladin mode.
There comes the sun.
Sun is a good thing. And there's the standing courses. And we need to go all the way down.
Of course it's here.
Hold on. We have a Spriggan to deal with.
And maybe a lightning sprite. Yep, lightning sprite.
And another Spriggan.
And another Spriggan.
They're falling down the woodworks!
Yes!
Are we done?
Maybe.
True Heart.
True Heart.
Never mind.
No.
Dang it, get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Really.
Okay, we done now?
Okay, if only I had a heart. True Heart. This bright blood-colored ore is thought to be a symbol of loyalty and honesty. Crystal Bearer. Quicker than the other fight. And back to Hayden.
Yep.
And possibly call it there for the night.
Yeah. Probably finish
We'll
it
be in
that
town.
up and then crash at the Caroline Canopy.
Yeah.
Yes, I wish to enter Gridania. Let me in! Let me in! Of course, this means that sometime during the week or next week, we need to spend some time leveling the other classes.
Probably.
Hold on.
Oh, unlocks. Why are we getting unlocks here? A bad bladder.
Oh, this is the unlock to...
For the Ixal.
Do we want to wait on that one?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Lieutenant, we're gonna have to wait on you.
We might want to do it more or less now, but I don't want to grab it this week and then do it next.
Okay.
Seeking Solace, which will be for the Sylphs.
Why don't we hold on that as well, then?
Yeah. So we'll want to grab that before we leave for Adventure for Hire, I think.
Well, yes and no, because that's an entire story chain that we might not ever get to, because that's all Beast Tribe stuff.
Yeah, I know. But if we don't do the unlocks, they'll keep
Pestering
haunting us.
Yes. To be fair, the Ixal questline is actually really neat, but it's all crafting.
Yes. Yeah.
Crafting with some gathering.
I need to finish up the Sylphs on Eorizea still.
Oh, and we still need to get back on the Anatha.
Yes.
Okay, Hedon.
Ah! Pray do not sneak up on me like that. I was engrossed in... Wait, what is that? What is that god's awful smell? The inside
crystal?
of a Spriggan. Corrupted crystal, over-aspected aether manifested into solid form. My word, that is a breathtakingly beautiful crystal. I see my supposition was not mistaken. And I also see you weren't adverse to digging through Spriggan entrails for your prize. We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know. This thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. So glum, friend, you finally obtained the corrupted crystal you sought, one overflowing with earth-aspected aether. Calm down, I jest. It is composed of ice-aspected aether. Worry not. I suppose the joke was in poor taste, considering your previous 2 attempts were for naught.
You think?
Meow. Grab this now, or...
Grab it now.
Okay. Better late than never. Hayden has neglected to return to you your corrupted crystal. Yeah. Beg your pardon, Zladonia, Rena, I forgot to return your crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message for you from Professor Lamerte. Something about a man named Marks? Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I have yet to ask why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? It would reflect poorly on me and my research if it was used for evil ends. Nope, no evil ends, merely saving the world.
And delivering packages.
Well, perhaps it's best I remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information.
And now we go crash at the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get our other levels up.
Well, we can probably start by just getting some time to do the hunts.
Yeah, we've kind of neglected them, haven't we? But we've got so many other things on our docket. It's the week of unlocks.
Yeah, that's going to be the main thing. Is this week the evenings are kind of going to be occupied with main story. Other main story.
The current main story, as opposed to the almost 8-year-old main story.
Something like that.
Oh, don't look at me with that red bang. I know what you go to. That was the unlock for Gunbreaker, which is the latest tanking class that was added, which you can take starting at level 60. It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
I think this is a good location.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in any case, thank you all very much for joining us. Sorry we had the dungeon interrupt in the middle, but leveling is as leveling does.
Mm-hmm.
Just a reminder, we will be streaming tomorrow night, starting at 9:30ish, somewhere in that region, for main story quest on Theron and Rylea. That looks to be very entertaining and very interesting, because that is the last bit of warm-up for the Endwalker expansion, which is supposed to tie up the entire story chain that started back in 1.0. So we want to see how this plays out. And yes, they actually do have a sequel already working for the post-expansion stuff, so even though the main story they've been working on is concluding, the game will be continuing. Oh, we have a fellow Trigger. In any case, thank you all very much for joining us. You get a good night's sleep, and we hope to see you tomorrow night.
Yes. Everyone have a great night.
Night all.